We'll now call the business session of October 1, 2024 to order at 6:03 PM. All council members are present here tonight. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item of business is to consider the minutes of September 17th, 2024 special city council meeting and the September 17th, 2024 regular session city council meeting. These minutes were provided in your meeting packet. Are there any corrections? There being no corrections, the minutes stand approved as submitted. The next item is a proclamation for National Night Out. I'm going to meet this McGriff and Chief Victorian down here at the podium.
Mayor, is it okay if I join you, just given that McGruff was a major part of my childhood?
Please, I think anybody who wants to be with McGruff, let's all take a bite out of crime down here.
Y'all don't know. That was like for real.
Come on.
Between McGruff and Rappin' Reggie.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Little syntax.
are y'all gonna go?
Come on.
I wasn't gonna go if you guys
Does
were.
McGruff want us to not say yes to peer pressure?
Fran, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is National Night Out tonight. So I'm giving you some time. I'm playing you on here. Thank you so much for handling this. Y'all are the pride of the city, the Waco Police Department, and the Waco Fire Department. Appreciate everything you guys do. And it's really matched with the Neighborhood Association group now that's more active than it's ever been. So the engagement we have in the city of Waco and this National Night Out that we do every October is just a fun thing we do once a year. 20 neighborhood associations throughout, and I don't know if you're going to go to all 20 of them tonight, but a lot of them are celebrating at night and getting having fun and getting out to meet everybody. But and then McGruff, so happy that you're here tonight. 1979 was when McGruff first started, and that's 45 years, which is like 300 years old as a dog years. So you're holding up well. Good to see you. We did have a report this afternoon about spaying and neutering, so just watch your step here today. And I hope you're properly chipped. But anyway, we will have, I will now read the proclamation here on the National Night Out. I, Jim Holmes, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Waco, Texas, do hereby proclaim October 1st, 2024 as National Night Out Day in the city of Waco. And we urge all citizens to join with city council, city staff, and me to participate with the Waco Police Department in America's Night Out Against Crime. We expressed our sincere appreciation for the hard work of our community neighborhoods to assist the Waco Police Department through joint crime prevention efforts. National Night Out is a national community building campaign that promotes strong police-community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhood safer, more caring places to live. National Night Out, also known as Americans' Night Out Against Crime, began in the United States in August 1984 and is sponsored by the National Association of Town Watch. This yearly campaign allows residents to come together and present a unified force in the fight against crime in the community by hosting block or group parties, neighborhood association meetings, or simply spending time visiting with their neighbors. Not only has National Night Out been proven to be an effective campaign, but it provides an opportunity for neighbors, law enforcement, local leaders, and community organizations to come together in a casual environment to foster relationships and collaborate on how to make our neighborhoods safe. National Night Out helps foster a sense of community by promoting neighborhood pride and unity, and demonstrates the importance of knowing your neighbors and working together to keep our communities safe. And this is in testimony whereof, witness my hand and the seal of the city of Waco this first day of October 2024, and signed by the entire council. And I'm happy to present it.
Did we get everybody? Okay. thank you so much, Mayor and Council. This is always one of my favorite times of the year. Please help us, as you guys, after you finish council, make sure you go to your neighborhoods and participate in National Night Out. Last year, Waco PD and the city of Waco was recognized as the top agency for the population our size in National Night Out. And yes, and then the state of Texas. The state of Texas has represented as the top state for the past 2 years. So we got 2 records that we need to uphold. So get out there, go celebrate with your neighbors, get to know your neighbors. And thank you to our team and everybody that organized. We have like 5 corrals going around. 5 corrals going around. So we're going to try to hit every part of the city. The other dog.
Yeah, bring both of them.
You want them up? You want them up? Because there's a lot of them.
I was gonna say, yeah, some of you might need to stand up on your stage.
I'll go there.
McGruff can stand. And then, Fuller, come on over. Come on this side.
Okay.
There you go. Now come back front row, this way just a little bit. Beautiful. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you.
Still young.
It's an old person on the council.
Yeah, me.
Me, I had to have Phil coming up those stairs.
Next item to consider is public hearing 2024-781, and we have Watershed Protection Division Manager Roger Glick. Manager Glick.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council, City Council. My name is Roger Glick. I'm the Watershed Protection Division Manager for Public Works. This is a public hearing on resolution to A, revise the schedule of drainage charges for the municipal drainage utility system in the city of Waco, schedule of drainage charges, by increasing the monthly fee per residential equivalent residential unit by 25 cents from $6.30 to $6.55. And B, to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 operating budget fee schedule for the Drainage Utility Fund to include the revised schedule of drainage charges. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Waco Herald Tribune on August 29th, August 31st, and September 14th, 2024, as required by state law. The public hearing will be followed by action by the council on the resolution.
Are there any questions for staff? I'll now open a public hearing for comments. Is there anyone present who'd like to speak regarding this item? Seeing no speakers, we'll close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval on first reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? There is no discussion. Please poll the council.
Fairfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez. Ewing.
Yes.
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 Holmes.
That public hearing, or that resolution passes. Next item to consider is the consent agenda. And the following resolutions in the consent agenda were pulled from the agenda and will be voted on separately. Those are resolutions 782, 791, 793, 811, 812, 785, and 807. The first item to consider is resolution 2024-782, and there's some special language there. Do I hear a motion?
Yes, Mayor, I hold in my hand a grease-stained motion that I will now read from, thanks to the greasy dinner rolls
Make sure
served.
that gets into the minutes.
That was for your snacks.
I move that the city council submits George Chase as its nominee for the Board of Directors of the McLennan Central Appraisal District for 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I think this is,
I appreciate Councilmember Chase's willingness to serve.
it's a great role, and George, you're going to be great on that. Thank you. On that board. Please poll the council.
Fairfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Borderoud. Yes. Chase. Yes. Holmes.
Aye, that resolution passes. Next item considers Resolution 2024-791. Is there a motion on Resolution 2024-791?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Bearfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Holmes.
Aye, that resolution passes. Next item considers Resolution 2024-793. Is there a motion on 793?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Bearfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Holmes.
The next item considered is Resolution 2024-811. Is there a motion on Resolution 811?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Bearfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Chase.
Yes.
Holmes.
That resolution passes. The next item to consider is Resolution 2024-812. Is there a motion on Resolution
Move for approval.
2024-812? We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Chase. Yes. Holmes.
Resolution passes. The next item to consider is Resolution 2024-785, and we have a card on this item. So please approach the podium to discuss Resolution 785. Cheryl Foster. Ms. Foster?
Tonight, but I didn't know I was on the agenda. I'm on the Animal Welfare Board, and I just wanted to tell you that when we knew that the transition was going to happen on September 5th, that the Humane Society was going to walk out, we were very worried. And let me underline very. We had no idea what the transition plan was, and we were very scared, and it looked rather abrupt to us. But I wanted to just give a huge kudos to the city and the staff for stepping up. I know how long it takes to do anything at the city. By the way, thanks for passing that dangerous dog ordinance. So to see them take a 3-month hiring process, shrink it down to 21 days was unbelievable and amazing, and we almost fell out of our chairs. Knowing that 200 folks are in the queue to get trained as volunteers makes me so happy, and I will be in the first class on Saturday. I can't wait to see more. We on the Animal Welfare Board will be watching how the processes are going. We're going to see how the logistics evolve, and I am hopeful and incredibly relieved about the amazing process that I've seen so far. So thank you for your support.
Oh, Ms. Foster, thank you so much for those kind words. We appreciate your feedback. Is there a motion on Resolution 2024-785?
For approval, with a note of gratitude for Ms. Foster and other members of the Animal Welfare Board in helping shepherd this transition and encourage our staff to do such a great job. So thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Yeah, again, I'll echo. Yeah, thanks, Ms. Farr. We love the feedback. We love working with the public and the volunteers. I'm excited about your role there as well. Thank you. Please poll the council.
Bearfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing. Yes. Borderoud. Yes. Chase. Yes. Holmes.
Aye, that resolution passes. The next item to consider is Resolution 2024-807, and we have a speaker on this one, Mr. Northcutt. Dr. Northcutt, would you please approach the podium on 807?
Alan Northcutt, and you do have a handout. As we consider on this resolution purchase of a combustion tractor that will contribute to the climate crisis, we are now in the midst of a record extreme weather catastrophe in the southeast U.S. Some 10 states have been impacted by this Category 4 hurricane, with already 159 deaths and 600 people missing. In addition to thinking about that catastrophe, we're concerned about our animals today, and we don't usually think about the fact that our dogs and cats are impacted by the climate crisis, and often they don't have caregivers to protect them from the heat and the floods. So the city has purchased a couple of Chevy Equinoxes recently, and we pushed for this, and we applaud that. But as other cities buy electric garbage trucks, street sweepers, tractors, police vehicles, etc., we still insist on filling these needs only with combustion vehicles. Now, in considering this tractor purchase, the main criteria seem to be horsepower of 100, and it was stated that electric tractors could not be found that would satisfy this. Well, I quickly found 3 manufacturers that do produce tractors that have this much horsepower, and this is in your handout. The companies are New Holland, Fendt, F-E-N-D-T, and Agri-Eve. So it's hard to say whether these would exactly fulfill the needs, but I think if the council is committed to lowering its greenhouse gas emissions, these need to be considered. These must be considered. Note that some of these are made in Europe, but I think we know that you can drive a Jaguar in Waco and get service. And we get lots of things from other countries. Most of our solar panels are from the U.S. So I don't think that's really an issue. If they produce these, we can get service. So I call on the city to seriously consider some other options, some tractors that do have 100 horsepower or greater. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Northcutt. Just a quick question. Do we run through the same protocol on tractors as we do other vehicles with electricity?
Trey,
EV?
you want to come up and speak to that?
Just a yes or a no, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's a yes, and they're on page 208 of the item.
Okay. Which, we don't need it. Just, there is kind of a deal. We go see what's available and see what the maintenance and the costs, and there's a lot of variables to go into. But yeah, thanks, Dr. Northcutt, for bringing these options to our attention. Is there a motion on resolution 2024-807?
Move for approval.
Second.
Second discussion. Oh, by the way, make sure we all have our mics on. Or we're speaking into the mics. The interpreter's having some problems hearing us.
Oh.
So, we have a motion and a second. We had no discussion. Please poll the council.
Field,
Yes.
Rodriguez, Ewing,
Yes.
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 Holmes.
Aye, that resolution passes. The next item to consider is the consent agenda. Consent agenda consists of resolutions 2024-782 through 2024-822, except for resolutions 2024-782, 791, 793, 811, 812, 785, and 807. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Fairfield,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Aye.
Ewing,
Yes.
Yes.
Holmes.
Aye, that motion passes. The next item to consider on the agenda is ordinance 2024-823. City Attorney Perdon.
Section 18-76A of the City of Waco Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco to increase the number of Waco Fire Department fire captain positions, grade 5, from 16 to 17, increase the number of fire lieutenant positions, grade 4, from 45 to 47, increase the number of fire equipment engineer positions, grade 3, from 55 to 58, and decrease the number of firefighters, grade 1, from 96 to 90. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing a savings clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing a severability clause, providing for an effective date, and finding and determining that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance comes to council on first reading.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on first reading.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Fairfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing.
Yes.
Borderood.
Yes.
Chase.
Yes.
Holmes.
Aye, that ordinance passes. The next item to consider is ordinance 2024-824. City Attorney Perdon.
An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, providing that the comprehensive plan be amended to change the land use designation from office industrial flex and open space to office industrial flex on property containing approximately 11.376 acres of land situated in the Tomas de la Vega Survey, abstract number 43, McLennan County, Texas, being a portion of Lot 1, Block 1, Golson 35 Edition, in addition to the City of Waco, McLennan County, Texas, according to the plat thereof recorded in document number 2023-001664 of the plat records of McLennan County, Texas, known as a portion of 1402 Golson Road, providing that the Code of Ordinances be amended by revising Section 28-247 in Chapter 28 zoning of the code, providing that the zoning map shall be changed so that the property described above shall be changed from R3B to C2 district classification, providing for penalties, providing a savings clause, providing a severability clause, and finding and determining that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 6-0 council vote on first reading on September 17, 2024.
Do I hear a motion on second reading?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Fairfield.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
Ewing.
Yes.
Borderood.
Yes.
Chase. Holmes.
Aye, that ordinance passes. The next item to consider is ordinance 2024-825. City Attorney Perdon.
An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, providing that the comprehensive plan be amended to change the land use designation from industrial to mixed-use flex on property containing approximately 3.067 acres of land situated in the Carlos Ocampo Grant in the City of Waco, McLennan County, Texas, being a portion of Moco Properties LLC recorded in warranty deed with vendor's instrument number 2014-018541 of the deed records of McLennan County, Texas, also being a portion of Lot 2, Block 1 of the South 12th Street Edition recorded in instrument number 2010-037231 of the deed records of McLennan County, Texas, known as a portion of 2003 South Loop 340, providing that the Code of Ordinances be amended by revising Section 28-247 in Chapter 28 zoning of the Code, providing that the zoning map shall be changed so that the property described above shall be changed from R1B to C2 district classification, providing for penalties, providing a savings clause, providing a severability clause, and finding and determining that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 6-0 council vote on first reading on September 17, 2024.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Borderood.
Yes.
Chase. Holmes.
That ordinance passes. That's it for the ordinances tonight. The next item to consider is the hearing of visitors. During the hearing of visitors section of the agenda, we provide an opportunity for the public to present concerns or address issues that are not matters for consideration listed on the agenda. The council is unable to conduct a discussion, but will listen, ask staff to look into concerns, and provide follow-up. Please provide registration information so that staff can contact you if necessary. If you have handouts, please let us know at the beginning of your presentation, and staff will distribute those to council. If you're unable to approach the podium due to physical limitations, a microphone is available to be brought to you. We do have a couple of cards tonight. When called to the podium, please state your name and address for the record. Each speaker must limit comments to 3 minutes. If you're speaking on behalf of a group of 10 or more individuals present, please have those persons stand at the beginning of your comments. You'll be given 10 minutes to address the council. Please note that if you stand in support of a person getting 10 minutes to speak, you are forfeiting your right to speak on that item. For any person addressing the council through the use of a translator, the speaking time will be doubled to accommodate the translation services. While public discourse is very important to this council, we have to maintain order in the meetings so that all persons may be heard and city business may be conducted. If directed by me, the Sergeant at Arms shall remove from council meeting any person who, while addressing the city council or while attending the city council meeting, any person who makes personal or impertinent or slanderous remarks, becomes boisterous, or makes unauthorized remarks from the audience, claps their hands or stomps their feet, whistles, yells, or makes similar demonstrations. Our first speaker tonight is Ephraim Herring. Mr. Herring, your first step. As you approach the podium, just give us your name and address. Thanks for coming, Mr. Herring. Got some handouts, looks like.
Thank you.
Is that enough? Is that not enough? I got 5. I got more right here.
I think that's good.
I got more.
We got it, Ephraim. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Herring. I live at 1044 Chestnut. And before I get started, I want to say I'm sending out prayers to the guys in the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean Sea and the Indian Ocean for the event that happened today. I got relatives there right now, and I'm ex-Navy, retired Navy, so I'm sending out my prayers to them, and I'm going to get straight to business. 2017, we had a problem. I had a house built by Neighborhoods Waco. It's so crazy because in 2015, I made a contract with them, designed everything for them. It should have been simple. It was my mother's birthday. On her birthday, she turned 80 years old on April 22nd, 2016. So when the city came with all these different things saying that I couldn't build a house on 1046 Chestnut, it was a baffling thing because I went through and checked everything. So I verified everything was there, and finally, we get the right to build. But then by that time, the brother he didn't want no more parts of that. So if you look at in front of you right now, the first thing there is required to build a house. The first thing is required to build a house. That's what's required. Those are things required. Site plan is number 1 thing on there. So I made sure all those things were there before I signed the contract. But somebody decided they want to take something out of my contract after I had signed it. So life goes on. You rip me off, God bless you. You might need it more than I do. So I came to the city council because I was talking to a mayor. They said, hey man, if you got a problem with the city, way you're doing business, take it to council. It's okay, here I come. So hey, August 1st, 2017, I came to council and said, hey, I got this problem. I thought that was gonna get fixed. I'm thinking, bum, so my mom have a birthday party. That didn't happen. Birthday went by, Mother's Day went by, everybody went by. So I came here talking. So the first thing got my attention was the city shows up on May of 2018. Started cleaning out the alleyway. Except in September 2010, the alleyway's been cleaned out by us. So I'm trying to figure out why they cleaned the alleyway out. Well, when they did that, that's what y'all got in front of you right now, they changed the whole dynamics. The whole entire dynamics. Everything's changed now. So now I came and made a meeting with Mr. Bradley Ford there, Galen Price, and Randy Childress. I thought it was kind of funny. So we all sat down and talked. I told them what I want. And my goal was simple. By this time we already realized that certificate actually was no good anyway. And I don't care who signed it. They could have because it was no good because it didn't fit 28-90. If you read through that, I explained everything in there. So 28-90, so it was no good anyway. So I came in and asked him, what do we need to do to get this right? Okay, So they sent me Galen Price, they sent me Malik Henderson. And I told them, I said, here's what you need to do. Put the sidewalk out front, the sidewalk going to the driveway thing, and the driveway right now, I said, we gotta change that. And my time is up, but read the documentation right there in front of you. And also something else, and I get out your hair, is I sent a letter to Mayor Minks asking for clarification because none of this right now, it falls in the category of what we can do. It's not a remodel, it's not a new build. So you cannot do anything by city regulations. That's why I put in that letter to you, Mr. Ford. I need explanation on what I have to do to get this thing right.
Got it. Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed God. Have a good day. God bless y'all. Be safe.
Thank you, Mr. Herring. Also appreciate your service. Next up is Randy Elliman. Randy, I saw him earlier. I don't see him. Do you see Randy out there? Randy, if you show up here before the next one's over, I'll reach out to him again. The next card is from Diane DeVega. Diane. We had people bail on us. Diane and Randy. Okay. Is there anyone else present who'd like to speak, to take their place? Feel free to come up. Seeing no one, we will now close the hearing of visitors, and we'll go on to our next item. Are there any announcements that council would like to make?
Mayor, I've got one. It came to my attention via social media, something that was really cool. District 3 business known as My Salon and Barbershop sent their owners went to Paris to participate in Paris Fashion Week this week, and they are actively participating. But they also checked out the Waco City flag from the library, and they displayed it in two pretty cool views, two images in front of the Eiffel Tower. And so I thought not only was that a cool participation with our library and a great and up-and-coming local business, but I also really appreciate, our small businesses do so much for our economy. They're the backbone. Every dollar we spend at our small businesses is invested right back into the economy, and I think that kind of really came to the forefront there with how much they do for us. So I wanted to give a big shout out to My Salon and Barbershop, wish them well in Paris, and thank them for being such great ambassadors internationally there in the City of Light.
Interesting that you say that, Councilmember Border, because I see Andrea Kozar is out there, who heads up the Centex Hispanic Chamber, and she encouraged me to go say hi to those folks before they left, and so I went over there, and it was a pretty amazing thing that they were over in Paris doing, representing the city, so it's definitely a cool thing.
Absolutely.
AJ.
So today is October 1st, and we get to kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, and it is something that continues to plague our world. And my mother was a breast cancer survivor. I have two very close friends who right now are breast cancer survivors. So, and it's not just women, it's men too. So I recommend that anybody over the age of 30, make sure you're taking care of your mammary glands, get your checks when you need to annually, because it's something that is debilitating and has changed the course of our world forever. So, as the t-shirts will say, take care of yourself. Also, I want to bring attention to the fact that this year we want to shout out to the works of McLennan County, Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo, and this year they will have their inaugural Black Heritage Night next Wednesday. I think that's the 10th? 9th? 10th. But we have several members of the community who have headed up that initiative. It was a wish of former County Commissioner Pat Chisholm Miller, and it has been actualized this year, so we're really excited to host, I think it's Regina Bell and Chris Walker, who are Grammy Award winning performers who will be in these Waco streets at the inaugural Black Heritage Night.
Cool.
And I'll just add quickly, tagging on to the months for awareness. It's October 1st. We just wrapped up September, which was National Suicide Prevention Month. You are not as far removed from someone who has been impacted by suicide as you would think if you don't know right offhand. And if we knew how much we all cared, and if we said how much we all cared, I think it could make a really big difference. So take some time, call some people, let them know you care, and that's all I have to say about that.
Great.
Right.
Great feedback, guys. We'll now move to the last agenda item. Are there any council comments or council requests for scheduling for future agenda items? I don't see any, so there being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 6:39 PM.